Good evening, boys and girls. It's been a while since we've had a math video, and tonight we're going to be talking about decimal place value. And you can see that I have put some tens and some hundreds on here so that we can talk about this. We're also going to have the objective of writing them as expanded, written, and standard form. If you remember those from back in first semester, written is obviously words. Standard is when we just use symbols, the digits themselves, and a decimal point. And then expanded is when we break them apart into their place and the value of each one of those. So let's begin. Okay, the first one here, you can see I have 3/10. So writing that as standard is just writing 3/10. Writing it in expanded form, we would just have, again, 3/10 equals 3/10. So we're not adding anything to that. And in this, but then when we do it as written in words, it would be 3/10. So we have really nothing to expand it on for this particular problem. Our next one, you can see we have 40, so 4 rows of 10 plus 5 more. So we have 45 hundredths, which is written in standard form like this. But this one we can break apart and write in an expanded form. We have, whoops, I did that wrong, sorry. We have 4/10 plus we have 5 hundredths. So we break that 45 hundredths apart into 4/10 and 5 hundredths, which then equals 45 hundredths. If we are going to write that in words, it would look like this: 45 hundredths. Whoops, forgot my T. So 45 hundredths. Now let's look at the next slide. On this one, again, we have on our tenths just 7/10. So we would write 7/10 in standard form. This is standard. And then expanded we don't have because we only have the one place. So we would not have anything to break that apart. And then our written would be 7, not 70, Mrs. Downs, 7 and tenths. Excuse me. Then in our next one you can see that we have 64. So standard form would be 64 hundredths. So this is our standard. Our expanded, because we have something, a digit in the tenths, we would put 6/10 plus 4 hundredths equals 64 hundredths. And then you make sure you have that decimal point there. Then in written form, it would be 64 hundredths. Oh my goodness. There we go. 64 hundredths. Now let's look at one with a whole number. Okay, on this one you can see we have 1 whole and we have 2/10. So this is our standard. Whoops. Ran out of room on that one, didn't I? So standard form. And then we would write this as 1 whole plus 2/10. This would be then our 1 and 2/10. This is our expanded form. And then our written form would be 1 and 2/10. Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording here for a second. All right, for our next one, I was going to try to move these down, but they are locked into position next to each other. This next problem model that we have shows us that we have a 1 whole and we have 13 hundredths. So again, there's our standard form written in digits. And then our expanded form, we would have 1 whole plus 1/10 plus 3 hundredths. So that's our expanded form. So you can see we're just taking each of the digits and breaking them apart and putting them according to their place and giving them their value. Then this number in written form would look like this. It would be 1 and 13 hundredths. Okay, I'm going to erase that and rewrite that hundredths so it fits so that you can actually see that there's a TH on there at the end, because I don't want you to think that's just 100. Mrs. Downs is not timing this very well tonight. Hundredths. See that TH on there? This time I got my T on there. Yay! So 1 and 13 hundredths. Again, our objective is to look at these numbers and be able to write them in standard form using digits and symbols, writing them in expanded form, which means we have to break them apart, just like we did when we were talking about ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and then being able to write them in written form. So I hope that you're ready for our math for tomorrow, and we are going to have a pretty simple lesson, I think. Looking forward to it. See you tomorrow.